everybody. This is Sharon Tuckman, designated managing broker with Exit Grace Realty, and I am here in Skokie today with Dr. Michael Stone. Michael's going to talk about his interesting profession. So, Michael, can you describe for everybody what exactly you do?
It's a good question. I'm a clinical psychologist and a forensic psychologist. So I do therapy, I do psychological evaluation, and then I do evaluations for police departments, for the court, and child custody. I've been involved in 100 capital murder cases when Illinois had a death penalty.
Wow. Why did you choose this profession? It's kind of an unusual thing, isn't it?
I've always liked it, but I originally wanted to be a writer. My BA is in English Lit. My minor's in psychology. And writing just never turned out to be my path. So my first job was in a psychiatric hospital, and I loved it.
Oh, that sounds so interesting. What motivates you then?
Okay, what motivates me in treatment, you get closer to people over an extended period than in almost any other relationship. And the curative factor is really the therapeutic relationship. So it's problem solving. So people have said to me, how can you listen to problems all day? And I don't see them as problems, I see them as transforming.
Oh, interesting. And speaking of interesting, is there an interesting, I know there's patient confidentiality, so we don't want anybody to get offended here, but is there any interesting story you could share with us?
I have so many interesting that I think if I could avoid confidentiality, that would be my book, because I actually have something to say. But one story, I was called by the Danish press because there was a killer in their jail who was going to be released. He and his father had killed the mother. Again, he's a very sick man. Mm-hmm. And on the media, he painted his face in black and in white, showing that everybody has an evil. And, you know, that's, of course, what killers do to normalize. Anyway, the Danish press called me, said they wanted to interview me about him. And I said, that's great. And I said, how'd you get my name? And we started talking. They said, plus, we really loved your books on sociopathy. And I said, well, that's great, but I haven't written any books on sociopathy. And they said, well, you're Dr. Michael Stone. And I said, yes. And then I thought about it and I said, I'm Dr. Michael E. Stone. This is a psychiatrist at Columbia, Dr. Michael H. Stone. So when we finally worked that out, I said, well, would you still like me to interview me? And they said, we'll call you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, that's a pretty interesting story. Why did you choose Skokie as your office location? I know you've been here for a while, but why Skokie?
Skokie because it is actually the center of the universe, which I'll explain.
Okay.
Just out of the city. So people come from the north side, they come from the North Shore, because I'm right on the Edens Expressway. Although I've been in different offices, I've always been close to the expressway. And you're close to Evanston, and also Skokie is very much a multi-ethnic area. So like in the Skokie Library the other day, they have messages written in like 12 different languages. So
yeah, it's a very eclectic community.
Very.
What are your goals for the coming year? What are you planning on doing?
Well, I've been in practice 40 years. I was licensed in '82, so I hope I've learned something over the years, and I hope to continue to learn. So I hope to continue to learn. So I hope I've learned something over the years, and I hope to continue to learn. So I hope I've learned something over the years, and I hope to continue to learn. So I hope I've learned something over the years, and I hope to continue to learn. So I hope I've learned something over the years, and I hope to continue to learn. So I hope I've learned something over the years, and I hope to continue to learn. So I hope I've learned something over the years, and I hope to continue to learn. So I hope I've learned something over the years, and I hope to continue to learn. So I hope I've learned something over the years, and I hope to continue to learn. So I hope I've learned something over the years, and I hope to continue to learn. So I hope I've learned something over the years, and I hope to continue to learn. So I hope I've learned something over the years, and I hope to continue to learn. I really enjoy what I do, and I hope to continue it. But every session is like a new ball game, and even though within a certain parameter, I've done the same thing for 40 years. Each case, each setting is so different that I hope to continue what I'm doing.
Well, if people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
The best way is to call me. Office number is 847-966-0166. I have a website, a long one.
We will share that on our website at parkbench.com/Skokie, so you can get in touch with Michael. You don't have to be a serial killer. You could just be an average person who just needs a little bit of therapy, which I'm sure would be helpful. So thank you. I want to thank you very much for being a part of this. And everybody, please take a look. Okay, thank you very much.